Hi everyone, welcome to this weekend update video. I started outside. I'm just showing you something. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but some of you know that I've rebuilt my end-fed wire for top band and 80 meters, and it's longer. It's 58 meters in length now, and it's about 3 meters higher. But one of the other significant differences, if you can hear water running, by the way, I'm actually watering my RF earth. I'm not even joking. I now have the antenna terminates via a 9-to-1 Unan, which is obviously earthed on one side of the ferrite ring core, and goes straight to earth with a very short cable, and then the antenna then feeds into the shack via coax. So that is a fundamental change. Previously, my end-fed wire was basically the antenna ran straight into the shack, into the back of the ATU, and then there was an earth lead from the lug on the back of the ATU outside to my earth rod. So my earth cable is now basically about 2 feet long, whereas previously it was several meters long. And obviously, although I didn't really suffer too much with RF issues inside the shack, having now feeding the ATU via coax is, for obvious reasons, beneficial. So I thought I'd show you that first, and then we'll go back inside because it's bloody freezing. Right, there's quite a lot going on this weekend. So let's just actually go to the 7300. So yeah, so basically I'm going to do a separate video. I haven't done a video yet to kind of describe the end-fed Mark II antenna in any detail, and that I will do a separate video on that. I was going to do it today but didn't get round to it. But it's interesting that it's now longer and it's higher on top band. What's interesting is that I haven't checked the bare match yet with my analyzer on either top band or 80 meters, but I just literally, I'm so busy with work and everything else. But on top band, it still matches with inductor A, which the previous version did. And on 80 meters, the previous version, Mark 1 version, matched with inductor B. With this version of the antenna now, inductor A matches. Sorry, inductor A is it still is correct for matching on top band, but on 80 meters it's now E. So it's changed. So in terms of its, the input impedance, etc., and how close or near or far it is in terms of resonance, on 80 meters it's now inductor E. And it's always going to be a compromise. My previous antenna was cut to be quarter wave on 160, half wave on 80 meters, minus velocity factor. This antenna is 3 meters higher and a lot longer, so I have more wire in the air and it's higher, but offset by the fact that, of course, it's not resonant on either band. So, but it's an experiment. Let's see. I think it'll be probably similar. That's generally what tends to happen. But I'll do a separate video on that. And this weekend, I'm going to be testing it, starting tonight with the Harwell Friday night net, which starts in about 40 minutes on top band, 1.846 megahertz, and then we QSY to 80 meters, 3.710 plus or minus QRM, about 21-15 hours, something like that. So and this will be the first time I've given the antenna a whirl on that net. I did try it on Wednesday, but it's difficult really to kind of to get a picture really on how well it's performing in the day, in daylight hours. Obviously, I've done the Friday night net so many times now that it might not be immediately obvious whether the performance any good or not, but it shouldn't take too long to figure out whether we have a very similar antenna or whether we have an antenna that's performing differently. So well, let's see. Right, so that's today. This weekend actually, there's there's a couple more nets. There's the 2 meter simplex net tomorrow, which in the absence of any other volunteers, I'll be chairing that net tomorrow. And that is on 145.4125 megahertz, 2 meter simplex FM. Certainly have a listen out for us. Obviously, that's a bit more local to Oxford. And then on Sunday, we have the GB3DI net. So this is the Harwell repeater net on a Sunday, which I am now able to open from my home QTH with my kind of modified antenna. Basically 7 meter pole, collinear strapped to it, and then the whole thing basically attached to an upper window. So which is good. It means that I can open the DI repeater from here in West Oxfordshire, which is good news. So 2 more nets. So a net tonight. There's basically a net every day from now until Sunday. A slight complicating factor is that there's also an HF contest happening this weekend. It's a 24-hour contest, and I'll just place the camera. It's basically the CQWPX SSB contest. Starts at midnight tonight, and then closes at midnight on Sunday night. So it's 48 hours long, and you're allowed a maximum of 36 hours of operation as a single operator, and you must have a 60-minute break with no logging between each period of operating if not operating for a continuous 36-hour period. Multi-operators are allowed to just keep going for the whole 48 hours. There are, for the single operator, there's 3 sort of power categories. High power is basically total output must not exceed 1500 watts. This is a kind of worldwide thing. Low power will be me, must not exceed 100 watts. And then there's a QRP category for not exceeding 5 watts. And various rules on antennas, etc. And so you can use top band 80 meters, 40, 20, 15 and 10. And it's the usual thing. You exchange call signs, signal report and serial number starting at 001. And I'm going to have a go at that. But obviously there's other stuff going on in between. So we'll see if I actually get time to do it. But I'd like to have a go at it. And shouldn't be any problem because it's, as I said, it's going on for basically 48 hours. So we'll see. But anyway, a lot of radioactivity this weekend. The other thing is that 2 radios have now left the shack, and 1 radio has replaced them. You're looking at an image of an ICOM IC756, and most of you will know that I have one of these, except that I don't anymore. I sold this radio to another club member. I won't say who in case they wish to remain anonymous, and I was slightly sad to see it go, really, because it was the first kind of proper rig that I bought. I bought it from Graham, Radio Cruncher. Can't remember, probably three years ago, I would have thought, something like that. And it did get a lot of use until I eventually purchased the 7300, and I really didn't use it very much at all. And I want in the end, a guy at the club who has used it previously wanted to buy it because his Kenwood TS2000 had blown up and he didn't have another radio, so he bought this from me, and I needed to sell it, really, because to basically pay for this radio, which I have bought, which is the Kenwood TS480 HX. So I've bought the 200 watt version of the 480, which is there. And as you can see, I haven't even opened the box yet. I've also sold another radio that I didn't use, and I don't know how many people this will upset, not amongst the ham radio fraternity, but the DXing fraternity. This is my beloved Panasonic RFB65. I bought this radio about 5 years ago. This is circa 1989, 1990. Regarded as one of the best portables, I think, of all time. regarded to have the same level of sensitivity as the Sony ICF 2001D, that radio there, which is obviously one of the legends, but not quite up there in terms of selectivity. There's no audio bandwidth sort of options on here, but there is SSB. So don't get me wrong, this is a fine radio, but I basically never use it, and it's just been sat in the shack gathering dust. And I just figured, well, I need to let someone else have a go with this radio, if whoever's interested in buying it. And I literally never use it. I've got all of the videos that I recorded using it on YouTube will be there forevermore. It's not the best radio in my collection. It's one of the best portables for sure, but it just kind of in the end made sense to sell it and pass it on, which I did this week. And although I didn't make much, what I sold this radio for was basically what I paid for it. So I didn't make any money on this radio. I didn't lose any money on it either. It's aesthetically immaculate condition. It's as new really, which is kind of incredible considering it's 30 years old. And I hope that the person that bought it gets a lot of use out of it. So that's the second radio that's left the shack. So it's goodbye to the 756 and it's goodbye to the RFB 65. And if it sells, excuse me, it will be goodbye to the Sony ICF SW07. The reason for that is because although that's another great radio, I never use it ever. And the original plan was to sell the 756 to basically cover the cost of the Kenwood TS480HX, and I advertised it and no one was interested. So in the end I thought, well, I'll sell the Panasonic and the Sony because I don't use them, and it's not as if I've got a shortage of radios. In the meantime, the guy from Haas decided to buy the 756. So in theory, I could hold on to the Sony SW07, but I don't use it. And if anyone watching this video is interested in buying it, it's on eBay. So help yourself if you're interested in it. It's a brilliant little radio, but I already have the ICF SW100, so kind of don't need both. So that's being sold. And then this weekend I will get around to unboxing the Kenwood. I picked it up about a week ago, and I just haven't had time to even get it out of the box. And I want to do it properly. Obviously, I'll record an unboxing video, very important, and I may do that tomorrow. So I'll look forward to that. Basically, I've got something else actually that I'm going to be unboxing, which is radio related. I'm not going to say what it is actually. I'm going to keep that one a bit of a surprise, but I've got something else that's going to be very, very useful that I'm going to be unboxing at some point this week. So there you go. The end-fed wire for top band 80 meters Mark II is up and running. Testing that tonight on the Friday Night Net. Tomorrow and Sunday there's the HF contest, which I would like to participate in, CQWPX SSB, but then there's also the Simplex 2 meter net tomorrow and the GB3DI net on Sunday. So a lot going on, and also I need to sort of try and find some time and do a bit more DXing with the Belka DX. The other thing is that I guess you've seen that my article on the ELAD FDM S3 is out in Radio User Magazine now. So that secret was that cat was let out of the bag last week. I hope that anybody who's read it has enjoyed the article, and I've got another article for them in the pipeline, so to speak. So, but I probably won't get around to starting that this weekend. There you go. That's it, basically. That's it from me, from the shack. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Try to get into the shack and listen to the radio if you can, or like me, just literally experimenting with antennas and setups, etc. But whatever you do, I hope you have a good time. Keep safe, everybody, and don't forget to drop me some comments via the messaging on Oxford Shortwave Log. So with that, I wish you all a very good weekend, 7-3, and talk soon. Thanks for watching.